First of all, Jim, thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. Colleagues, Joanne and I thank you all for attending today. You're a special group of people. You do a special mission. We're proud of you. You know, in Jim's introduction, I was thinking about what my hallmark was in my career. And it actually precedes my formal career, going back to my college and even high school days. I was the master problem solver. I never encountered a problem I couldn't solve. Actually, until I got here. that in my background was my hallmark. Now, I've not yet given up on this organization. I have a visceral love for the VA mission. I think everyone in this room does. That's awesome. So perhaps there's a solution out there yet to come for me, and perhaps one more part to play. As I say farewell today, I will dwell on 4 quotations. Most have clear attribution. The quotes speak for themselves, but sometimes I'll take a literary license. Many of you in this room know this one. There's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. And a little further down in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, there's a time to be silent and a time to speak. I'll add to that. I think you all know that. There's a time to stagnate and a time to create. And there's a time for personal security and a time to explore alternatives. In a perfect world, I would not be standing here on this day giving this presentation. This would occur somewhere in our future. So for me in this organization, that time to move on has come and is now past. My friend, our now acting resources director, and those of us who spent time together in my office for our weekly stand-up meetings, note that Jim was often fond of quoting Aristotle's coining of a term, Fresenius, loosely translated as practical wisdom or a striving for excellence. Think about it. This is modestly aligned with another of that great ancient philosopher's terms, one that I particularly like, arete. Arete is moral virtue and moral courage. I've always thought both Fresenius and arete are needed in any organization. We may have some historians out there. You may have heard of Karl von Clausewitz. He identified 2 kinds of courage. Courage in the face of personal danger and courage to accept responsibility. Or if you will, courage in battle, courage in the boardroom. We admire our wartime heroes. They often receive medals for courage under fire. We admire the coolness and skill and courage of a U.S. Airways pilot named Sully Sullenberger, who managed to land an airplane in January on the Hudson and get all 155 people off safely. This government, this VA, this organization has many men and women who have shown that type of courage. Clausewitz would be proud of you. But what of the other type? What Aristotle called arete, what Clausewitz called courage to accept responsibility. By show of hands, who knows of Ben Silney? Anyone? Great American hero. He did the other kind of courage. Okay? He was, first day on the job, FAA, the National Operations Manager. Responsibility was on his shoulder on his first day at work on September 11th, 2001. Now, he didn't have time to go out and ask a consultant, what do I do? He didn't have time to make a contract. He didn't have time to hold a committee meeting. He saw that America was under fire, and he had the moral courage to say, we're standing down all airspace in the United States of America, effective immediately. Now, where do you see that kind of courage? That's what Clausewitz meant when the courage to accept responsibility. Do we need that? I've been here for 6.5 years. Just to put things into perspective, and I know we've been playing for a long time with fee, with choice, with a variety of similar items, but I've been here for 6.5 years. It took 5.5 years to build the Golden Gate Bridge. It took 5 years to build the Hoover Dam. It took 410 days to build the Empire State Building. And from Franklin Roosevelt's initial authorization to proceed with the Manhattan Project to the Trinity test, it was 3.5 years. Each of these major testaments to mankind's abilities took less time than we've taken here since the unfortunate reorganization in 2011. To achieve excellence where it is most needed. Facts are facts. We can do better. Mission success ethos must replace negative personal and social goals that often interdict our mission. But we tend to do the same things over and over again and expect different results. You know the quote. I don't have to finish it. Once I personally concluded I no longer have the impact I desired in this organization, it became time for me to move on. I believe firmly there is good in government, and I know beyond any doubt whatsoever, there is greatness in this organization. It's here before me today. Somewhere there's a catalyst to bring all of that greatness forward, cohesively. I leave many friends behind, yet I fully understand. There's a time to stagnate and a time to create. There's a time for personal security and a time to explore alternatives. For this reason, I plan to run for a seat in the United States House of Representatives. It will be a difficult district to win, but to succeed may grace me with the ability to again solve serious problems. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. I cherished my time with each and every one of you over the past 6.5